All right, what's good? What's good? Make sure you guys can. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Oh, you should be able to hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me before I go. Because we're going to talk about Eddie Hearn. We're going to talk about, all right, cool. What's going on, CRB1? So what's up, everybody? I took about a week off. Just to rest, take care of some personal business that I had to take care of. But, you know, all that stuff is in place now. So it's going 100%. And I can get back to making boxing videos, bro. So I'm looking forward to this conversation. I missed you guys a lot. CRB said, what up, homie? Good for you, man. Yeah, man, we got it handled, bro. I got a lot of personal shit handled. I had a lot of female problems, man. And I had a really good talk with my wife, man. A really good talk with my wife, who I love more than anything, as much as anything. Not more than anything, because, you know, my mama. But my wife, love my wife. So I had this conversation with my wife yesterday, and it really did clear up a lot of shit that had been going on for a lot of years that was kind of hanging over my head. And we're clearing all that shit out. So we cleared a lot of that shit out. We're going to be clearing a lot of more shit out. So it's good, man. I feel really, really good, man. I'm glad that I took that week off, man. But let's talk about Eddie Hearn. What's going on, Brandon Fielder, CRB1? Trick Boxing in the house. Dapper Drake says, salute, Mr. Blackwell. Salute to you, man. What's going on with you? CRB said, what up, homie? Good for you, man. Thank you, sir. Michael Simmons in the building. Malachi Nelson said, morning, Martin. Missed your knowledge. Thanks, man. And I appreciate you guys not panicking this time. Like, I really, 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 really do appreciate you guys relaxing, bro. All I had, but see, it was my fault last time. Because I didn't just put something up on Twitter, let y'all know where I was, let you know that my live stream wasn't coming on today. Just, you know, better communication on my part, I think, made a lot less hectic, made this situation a lot less hectic. CRB1 said, I'm with you. I lost my mother a few weeks ago, and seeing how my family is acting during this hands out as I'm executor of her estate, it's shocking. Yeah, man, people act real funny over money, CRB1. They act real funny over money, bro. Real funny over money. Money comes into play. People start acting like, you know, because I said that's their God, man. Their God is money. So if they got their God, they're good. If their God leaves them, they're not very good. They don't know what to do with their life. So you know what it is. If you're the executor of their estate and they're acting funny, put some brakes on their money. You know what I mean? Put some brakes on their money. That ain't easy. Hey, it ain't hard. I'm the executor of the will. You acting a fucking fool. I'm putting a pause on your shit. That's how people do when they're the executor of your will. And so, you know, use your responsibility wisely, brother. You know what I mean? Use it wisely. Take care of the people you're supposed to take care of with that will. And other than that, dude, you ain't got no in particular person do you own shit to, other than the purpose of that will. You follow through that purpose of that will, the purpose of your mother, then you shouldn't have no problems. It's people that administer wills and play with people's money that are in trouble. You know what I mean? Because I know that I'm a beneficiary of a will, and people are playing or were playing with my money. You know, playing with my money, spending my money on all kind of dumb shit. You know, spending my money on all kind of dumb shit that I didn't want to spend on without asking me, brushing by me and saying things, just asking some off the wall ass question, not giving me any context, taking my fucking money and going doing all kind of shit that I don't want them to do with it. You know? So I would say, CRB, just make sure you administer that will the way that you know your mother would want it. I'm sure that your mother loved everybody, but she made you the executor of that will because she trusted you. It's called will, estates, and trust. You know, you're supposed to be trustworthy with people's money. And I can tell you from personal experience, people were not responsible with my money and spent more of my money trying to figure out how to get all of my money than giving me any of my money, because they were the executor of the will. So I don't have a lot of, you know, I don't have a lot of patience for that shit at all. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm the executor of my will now. So there's other people I got to get money to. So I may not like them. I might not get along with my cousins, but they're going to get their money. Not a penny less. Not a penny less. You know what I mean? And the only reason you hold it up is because they are really, really incoherent, or they're really... See, what cats will do with wills is they'll just make up a bunch of fucking stories about you being crazy. And that's what they did to me. The people that are playing with my money, that want to get my money to other people, were running around calling me crazy so that they could administer my will in the way that they wanted to administer my will. So they wanted to administer the will that I'm a beneficiary of. It just so happened that the will that I'm a beneficiary of is a lot bigger than everybody else's money. So they don't want their money. They want my money, So be careful with that, bro. General Squirrels, I'm doing really, really well, man. I can't complain, man. CRB once said, yep, I'm doing exactly what she told me she wanted. My brother and aunt legit asking me for crazy amounts of money as she put my name on all her homes and all. Yeah, ask you for crazy amounts of money. Put them on a stipend and tell them to beat it. Here's a stipend. Beat it. You're not going to get any richer than you were when she was alive. Okay? Her death is not going to make you rich. Her death is going to make sure that you're taken care of. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm just going to make sure you're taken care of one way or the other. There ain't no instructions in here saying I got to support your business ventures, and I have to invest money in DAZN, and I have to invest money in Fox, and I have to invest money in the PBC. Nobody asked me to get a PBC all that fucking money. Nobody asked me. Al, you never asked me for that money. And that motherfucking money is mine. Al. That's my money, bro. You're spending my money. You're eating off my money. Okay? You're eating off my plate. I know it's my plate. Get your motherfucking hands off my plate. Unless I serve you some money. If I serve you some money, then you got the money. If I don't serve you money and you put your motherfucking hands in my money, I'm chopping them fucking hands off. No joke. You niggas is getting the fuck up out my pocket. Okay? I told you bitch niggas, and I'm going to get on this. And then I'm going to get on boxing. I told you bitch niggas, any of you niggas want to smoke, come get me. And I stayed outside for a fucking week. And you pussies didn't come near me. And now you pussies are gone. Every one of you pussy niggas that didn't respond to that call and were talking all that shit, all your men are gone. All of them. All your men are gone. All your women are gone. I bought your women, bro. I bought your women. That's right, nigga. I bought your women. Bought your women. Like slaves. Bought them. Here's your deal. Your husband owes me $100 million. You can come to work for me. He got 24 hours to pay it up. Or I'm repossessing everything. Got it? I told a football player that. NBA football player's wife that. And she left that nigga. I told an NBA player's wife that same shit. She left that nigga. Sorry, baby. Your husband is going to get cut from his team next year if he doesn't pay me my money. He doesn't have the money. So throw that nigga out and I'll work with you. Okay? We'll take care of his kids, all that. Your money will still come to you. No need to get pregnant for that nigga. None of that. You got more money than him. That nigga's going to go play basketball and come back to a house that you own. LeBron going to be shooting baskets for his wife. Because he ain't going to have no money. I'm cutting all his sponsorships. Nike, I'm taking that. I own Nike. Own it. Straight out own it. own it. Phil Knight don't own that shit. I own that shit. Thank you very much. I'm the major stockholder in that bitch. Own 80% of the stock, at least. I let other motherfuckers come and earn some money by buying some of my stock. I'll sell them some in an IPO, and they'll get rich off that IPO. Unless the value of that stock drops, or I just take your stock back. So we're not in make-believe land anymore, people. All you NBA players, if you play with me, I'm taking your wife. No joke. Dead serious, bro. Jose Reyes, on God. Dead serious. On God. On God. DAZN is going to lose their money. The PBC may or may not lose their money. I haven't made my mind up yet. But Eddie Hearn is going to go broke. Most likely. But let's get on to the subject matter of Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn as it stands today. As it stands today. They're at war with each other. They're at war with each other. They're at war. Because Bob Arum is telling Eddie Hearn straight up, this fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is dead in the water. It's dead in the water. There's no money. Who's going to pay for it? Because Bob Arum knows he ain't got the money to pay for it. And then guess what else happened? There's a guy named Marcus Jackson who was the connect for Eddie Hearn. His name's Marcus Jackson. He went to Howard Law School. He was off in Saudi Arabia. I brought him back from Saudi Arabia. He thought he was hiding there on in some mansion with you niggas. And I rolled some niggas up on that mansion and snatched his ass out, put him on my plane, flew his bitch ass to the Kentucky Derby, put his ass in the winner's circle of the fucking Kentucky Derby so all you bitch niggas could see him with swollen eyes. Eyes damn near shut from that ass whooping he got. That's your connect in Saudi Arabia. That's the guy that was going to give you the money. Marcus Jackson. I did my research, Eddie. That's your guy. That's your guy with access to my money. That was your access to my money. He was stealing nickels and dimes that he didn't think I saw. I saw him. Saw the nickels and dimes. Saw the money come back into my account. When I said, what the fuck happened to my money? The money went back into my account. This pen is grin. So, no, man, there ain't going to be no Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua fight. You guys can stop that bullshit. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in the U.S. It's not going to happen in Saudi Arabia. It's not going to happen in the U.K. It's not going to happen. I know niggas that are going to buy Sky. In fact, that's why Eddie Hearn got thrown out of Sky. He didn't leave Sky. Sky threw him out. Sky was like, goodbye. We will air fights of Anthony Joshua on pay-per-view if you'd like. We'll put on Dillian White if you want. But that's it. The rest of your bums are going to be over there fighting on DAZN with nobody watching them. And we're going to cut your salary, and they're going to cut his money. Eddie Hearn is hurting very, very badly financially. Matchroom boxing is hurting badly financially. In fact, maybe, what was it, about 3 weeks ago? About 3 weeks ago, if you guys didn't notice, Eddie Hearn became the chairman of Matchroom Sports. Became the president. Took over for his dad. Not a lot of people talked about it. Not a lot of people saw that. But Barry Hearn stepped down. Barry Hearn stepped down. Barry Hearn ain't doing any of this talking. Not doing any of this talking. I'm a proper whack job. I am. And if you're not careful, you're going to get a professional whack job. Nigga, I know who you are, PB. No problem, bro. You play fucking cute games. Okay. Be one of the many, homie. Be one of the many. Be one. Keep joking, nigga. And be one of the many. Those blocks are serious. Just telling you. When I hit block on you, nigga, that's serious. Because you're on a computer, homie. Just telling you. You're on a wire connected to me. You don't think of it as a wire, but it's a wire connected dead to me. You put that shit on my internet, your ass is going to get caught. I know exactly who you are right now. I don't in my mind, but my people know just who left that comment, where that comment came from, who left it. And you can't have no VPN, homie. They don't give a fuck about that VPN. That VPN is for you bozos. That VPN ain't fooling nobody that's a real IT guy, because they're going to go right into that virtual network and then they're going to go right to you. So you guys keep talking shit about me if you want. I'm telling you, keep your name out my mouth. Do not do double jokes. Do not comment. Do not insult me thinking that I'm going to take that shit as a compliment because you are talking on the two. You know, you're not on the one. You're not on the one. You're on the two. You better talk to me on the one. Got it? If you talk to me on the two, I'm going to take it like you talking to me on the one. Don't flip scripts on me. Don't say you telling me you hate me does not mean you love me. It means you hate me. Okay? Don't play. Do not double talk me. You double talk me, I'm taking the definition most offensive. The literal one. Got me? I take the literal one. Do not play with anybody around me. We take you literally. You say, oh man, you a bitch ass nigga. Fannon a bitch ass nigga. I'm going to take it like you mean that. Not on the two. I'm going to take that shit on a one. Oh, you're calling me that? Okay, cool. I have help, modern day alpha. You officially need help. Call whoever it is that's going to pick you up off the street, nigga. Go call the niggas and say, hey, I'm going to be in a ditch. I'm going to need somebody to scoop me up out this ditch. You know? They going to put you in the ditch. And somebody's going to pick you up out that ditch. Just telling you. You guys, I gave you a week. I gave you a week. A solid week. Didn't put no videos up. Nothing. Talk boxing. No. Go away. This is boxing. Another blocked nigga. Bye-bye. Question. Did you play football? I did play football. I was a nose guard for the Lombard Rams in 7th and 8th grade. But other than that, no, man, I never played football, man. I ran track. I was like Biggie. Risk a ruptured spleen? No, not doing it. Not for you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like my coach. I was not risking a ruptured spleen for him. You know, people spear you. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, I bounced up out of that, dog. Spare him for now. They don't know who they're messing with. David Gold. No to the first part, and you were absolutely right on the second part. Absolutely right on the second part. No on the first part, you're right on the second part. I'm not sparing no fucking body. Telling you. Not sparing you, not faking it, not acting like not even going to act. Not even going to act. Not going to be like speaking all in code for you motherfuckers to understand it. I'm talking straight to you. That's my money. You call me crazy, okay, I'm going to come see you and prove I'm not crazy. And second of all, when you don't have no money, you're going to find out that, damn, somebody had my money. It wasn't that crazy, nigga, but somebody had it. Right? But it don't matter who comes to get it, nigga. I sent them. You remember that. When the tax collector comes and says, hey, man, we're auditing you. Remember, I sent those accountants to you. When the FBI raids your shit, you remember who raided you. When all your broads get picked up off the streets, or better yet, they just refuse to go to work and go to work for somebody else. Remember, I'm the nigga that hired them. I'm the one that told them to leave. You remember that. And then you call me a liar and you call me crazy and you do all of that. But then when they come to your house and they raid your house, I sent them. No joke. I sent the FBI at Bob Arum. Me. Not as a cop, as me. I said it. I don't like Bob. Get him. So they went and got him. However they felt best to get him. Financially, easiest way to get him because he's a crook. So we'll just catch him stealing and we'll deal with him that way. Eddie Hearn is a thief. No worries. We'll just wait for you to steal something, bro. Next thing you steal, you're going to hear sirens. Okay? If you're at your house, you're going to hear sirens. If you're in a building, you're going to see men walk in with badges. Say, hey, man, I need all your records, and I need all your records right now. Okay? And I'm not a cop. Not a cop. I'm a thug. I'm a thug that doesn't like you. I'm a thug that don't like you. Just get it right. I'm a thug that doesn't like you. And I'm a better thug than everybody. I'm the biggest thug there is. No doubt about it. Nobody's a bigger thug than me. Nobody. Nobody's going to go at you like I'm going to go at you. Nobody. Nobody. Trust me. Nobody's going to go at you like I go at you. I'm telling you, I'm going to get you with your wife. I'm going to take your wife out your house. I'm going to take your kids out your house. I'm going to take your house out your house. No jokes. No jokes. Anyway, so back to this boxing talk. It's hard to shift hard into boxing. Hard to shift hard into boxing. But it's very important that we understand this for boxing because American boxing is going to do very, very well. You got American boxers that are making a lot of money off those fights. And they're making a lot of money straight off those fights. They're not making money just off that purse. That purse is a spit in the bucket. That purse is their taxes. They can hand their whole fucking purse over to the government. Here you go. Here's my whole purse. Because that just so happens to be the exact tax bill I have for the rest of the money that I have. Back to the news, Martin. Is Deontay fighting anyone before the trilogy? Only if he wants to. If they suspend Tyson Fury for the rest of if they put him out of boxing, then he's going to have to fight somebody else. And it's leaning towards Tyson Fury being thrown out of boxing, period. You know, the thing is, do the powers that be value the money coming from Deontay Wilder's fight and his revenge with Tyson Fury for cheating? And I don't mean cheating without just in the ring. I mean cheating with the gambling. You know, using forged money to buy tickets, because all that money that they spent on those tickets, it's all fake money. It's all fake money. They didn't pay anything for that shit. Anything. It's all fake money. The tickets all laundered. All laundered. That's your pre-sale shit. Their pre-sale shit is they steal a bunch of fucking money and then they buy all the tickets. And then they sell the tickets. So they didn't buy the tickets to begin with. They didn't. They never bought it. They never bought their tickets. And then they sell the tickets. So every ticket that they sell is 100% pure profit. 100% pure profit is what Eddie Hearn is making off those fights. 100% profit. No, not even 100%. Because you'd actually have to put some money in. You'd have to put money in for that shit to be 100%. You didn't put in a fucking dollar, Eddie. You didn't put in a dollar, man. Not a dollar. So since you didn't put in a dollar, homie, and you pulled out $5, $6, $12 million out of the gate, and you didn't even buy the tickets, you just took the money. We bought the tickets. We got the receipts. We bought those tickets. You didn't buy those tickets. We bought those tickets with an offshore account that you didn't think we could trace. You didn't think we could trace that money. Bloomberg had all of it. You know, Bloomberg, we got his offices. Once we got Bloomberg's office, we know where all your money is. Because he does the Bloomberg transaction machines. He does the Bloomberg transact. That's what they do. Bloomberg has a machine that changes money from one currency to another currency. You can give Bloomberg dollars, he will give you back yen. You can give him dollars, he will give you back denarius with the exchange rate. So if it ain't your money to begin with, and then you give it to Bloomberg, and Bloomberg flips it into another currency and sticks it in the Swiss bank, that's called theft, Eddie. You're stealing from us. You're stealing with us. You're stealing from us. Flat out, in our pockets, stealing from us. And they're not going to give him any more money. And they want their money back from Eddie Hearn. Tell you, man, this thug shit, these thug niggas don't play, man. They don't. They know where their money is. Telling you, these Italians in Chicago, they lost a lot of money on that Deontay Wilder fight, bro. They lost a lot of money because that fight was supposed to go to Deontay Wilder. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. That fight was supposed to go to Deontay Wilder because Tyson Fury cheated in the first one. And they forced him to have the rematch, even though they know he cheated in the first one. So that's why Tyson Fury ran off. That's why he ran off to Bob Arum. And Bob Arum was like, we'll give you fights here. And then when he came back with Bob Arum, they cheated all the way out because now he had Bob Arum. And he figured that Bob Arum, nobody was going to get in the way of Bob Arum when he cheats and steals this money, especially if they cut in Bob Arum. So that's what Tyson Fury did. He went to Bob Arum and they double cheated because now they thought they had muscle. And they double stole because they thought they had muscle. Muscle provided by black people in America. That's their muscle. Black people in America. Coons. Coons. Bob Arum got a bunch of coons working for him. Yeah, he got bullied, all right. Goodbye. And that's what happened. And that's why Fury's running. He got caught cheating the first time. Deontay wanted the second fight. He didn't want the second fight. He went to Bob Arum. Bob Arum is the cheatingest motherfucker ever. Every major cheating episode that I know of in my lifetime happening in boxing is Bob Arum. From the Louis Resto fight, Billy Collins, or was it Resto Billy Collins, to Antonio Margarito, to all kind of other fighters that never got caught for loaded gloves. And you see now what's happening to these UK fighters. No offense to the UK, but you guys are getting the shit beaten out of you by run-of-the-mill ass Mexicans. Run-of-the-mill Mexican fighters are pistol whipping your fighters. Killing them. Ray Martinez was the first that got that dude out of there. The next one was Josh Warrington. Got him out of there. Then he just got Tennyson out of there. First round knockout, bro. First round knockout. You know why that? I'm telling you, I think why that was a first round knockout. Because I think those dudes' gloves are loaded. They're like, okay, cutie pie, you motherfuckers want to cheat and have loaded gloves and steroids and all that shit? Cool. What's good for you is good for me. And those Mexican dudes got in that shit with loaded gloves. Loaded gloves. And that's why the motherfuckers go out in the first round. Because they're getting hit with shit. They're getting hit with shit that hurts. They're getting hit with shit that hurts. Because those black fighters are loading their gloves up, bro. They're loading their gloves up. That's why Tennyson went away like that. That's why Warrington went away like that. Telling you. That's why Josh Taylor's probably going to go away like that. Josh Taylor fights Jose Ramirez. He's going to get beat half to death. Much love in that super chat. Ellen Elbert said too much cheating. Yeah. Dude, stealing. Cheating and stealing. You know what I'm saying? Stealing from the American mob. Stealing from the American mafia like it ain't nothing. Seriously. Stealing from the American mafia like it's nothing. Like they just got, carte fucking blanche. Carte blanche to do whatever they want in the United States, bro. Carte blanche. You can't go over to the UK and get any type of fucking business in the UK. An American going to the UK and trying to start up a boxing organization. Good luck doing that over there. But Eddie Hearn feels like he can just come on over to the United States and do whatever he wants. Bob Arum. Bob Arum. Don't you remember when Bob Arum said to Eddie, hey, Eddie, why don't you join me and lowball Teofimo Lopez? You remember that for this fight for Cambosos? That's what Bob Arum did. Bob Arum went to Eddie Hearn and said to his organization, hey, Eddie, Teofimo was forcing a purse bid. Do not bid above me, or do not bid very much above me for that fight. Because seriously, I don't want that motherfucker surviving. I have to put him back in a position where he works for me. That's what Bob Arum said. It's in the court. Not the court papers, but it came from the guy from Triller. When Triller explained what they did, they were like, "Look, man, they tried to get everybody to lowball, so we were just like, no, we're not even playing with Bob. $6 million. They could have won that shit at 3, and they still did 6. Because all those guys did is like what 1 point. What did Bob do? Like 2, and the other and Eddie Hearn did like 2.6 million for the fight, and then Triller came out and gave him what 6. Snoop Dogg gave him 6 million instead of the 2. They gave more money to Teofimo twice the combined total of Top Rank and Matchroom. Triller came in and outbid them by doubling their bid. Doubling it. So clearly, Bob Arum does not have reach into Triller, which is why Teofimo Lopez is fighting Cambosos, and he's making so much money, doing it. Because he found somebody that would pay him a ton of money regardless. I'm telling you, we paying regardless. We're paying. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn pay-per-view sales. What do I care for? Don't even care. I'm telling you. I don't care about pay-per-view sales. Who cares? I don't care if you buy it. I'll put that shit on ABC for free. We used to do this shit all the time. Before Bob Arum started killing boxing. Before Bob Arum really started killing boxing, we had the shit on regular TV for everybody to see. Boxers were heroes. That's why you know more about Marvin Hagler and Leonard and all that in them, and Ali. That's why you know more about them and why Mike Tyson and those guys made all that money. Mike Tyson made more money in the late 1980s than these heavyweights are making now. You guys bragging about all this money that they're making. Dude, they're not making as much money as Mike Tyson did in the late 1980s, man. And if you look at it on a what do you call that shit? Net present value of money, it's gone way down. Way down. Way down. When you have guys fighting for heavyweight championship fights for less actual money than Ali fought for, less actual money than Ali fought for. Ali got $5 million in 1974. You know what that's like now? That 5 million? Think about this. A loaf of bread in 1974 cost 25 cents. A loaf of bread right now will cost you $3. That's 12 times as expensive. So for the same $5 million that Muhammad Ali was making, that he made, is like, what's 5 times 12? 60. So the purchasing power as it relates to bread, if you were just buying bread in 1974 and buying bread in 2021, nobody's making $60 million a fight. Nobody. They're not, and nobody's making 60 million and 60 million, because George Foreman made 60 million, made 5 million, which was 60 million for him. Really? Oh, your Illuminati is black, by the way. I did my research. All this Illuminati shit is black people stealing motherfuckers' money. That's what your Illuminati is. Your Illuminati is a bunch of niggas from New York acting fancy and stealing people's fucking money. Signifying monkeys is what they are. You know that old poem, Signifying Monkey? Signifying Monkey? That's what the Illuminati is. It is the college-educated black hoodlums. That's the Illuminati. The illumined few. Do you know who is the source of the Illuminati? W.E.B. Du Bois. W.E.B. Du Bois and his talented 10th is the source of this Illuminati shit. The talented 10th. Because he said he wanted to find the most talented blacks, and then have the most talented blacks lead everybody else. Booker T. Washington disagreed. Booker T. Washington said, cast your buckets down where they are. Do the job you have now. You're already free. Now, we just need to work in our jobs. We need to do things. We need to be practical and make advancements. And W.B. Du Bois was an academic, but Booker T. Washington was more into the sciences. That's where you have all of these great, there ain't nothing up with me and him. Ain't nothing up with him. I don't think about him. He disses me a lot. That's what's up with him. I never did shit to the dude. Boule was W.E.B. Du Bois. Yeah, Boule, but the people that participate in the Boule are the Illuminati. The illumined people partake in the Boule. Kappas are the talented 10th. Kappa Alpha Psi is the Illuminati. Kappa Alpha Psi, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Delta Sigma Theta, Sigma Gamma Rho. Those are the Illuminati. Did I get them all right? Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, Alpha Phi Alpha, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Zeta Phi Beta, and Delta Sigma Theta. The six Panhellenic, six members of the Panhellenic Council are the Illuminati. And they connect with the Jews. The Jews process their money. Jews, the people we call Jews, work for wealthy black people. And the wealthy black people hide their money. There's a lot of black people in the United States that have way more money than they say they have. Way more money than they say they have. They just live in small houses in the United States. You drive by their houses. They live on a block right with you. They're right there. And they wear their shit. It's called Kappa. I'm a Noop. Boom. Right there. So you know you're a Noop. You're in. Right? And you got a pledge to do it. That's all that Hell Night shit that they keep doing. That they talk about. Oh, you got to pay this. You got to do this and do this to get in. Yeah, that's called pledging. You got to do this and do that to get in. Absolutely. You got to prove that you are somebody trustworthy And they're going to test you very, very heavily to make sure you're somebody that's trustworthy. And when they say that you're trustworthy, then when they say you're trustworthy, that's when you cross the burning sands. Once you cross the burning sands, you are an enlightened person. You are an illumined person. That's what they mean by that. You understand the greatest, you have been indoctrinated into the grander mysteries of life. That's what W.E.B. Du Bois wanted. W.E.B. Du Bois wanted to illumine people's minds, open their minds. Booker T. Washington is more interested in their bodies, in them getting food right now, them having a roof right now, them having their families be safe and provided for right now. Not off in a cloud somewhere reading a book talking about how you make angels float, okay? Why? What are angels and all that shit? Nobody, Booker T. Washington didn't care about that. Booker T. Washington cared about the people around him having money, making advancements in technology, right? That's why they got A&Ms, A&Ts down there. Agriculture and technology, A&T. I do believe that's what there's. Alabama A&T or A&M, whatever it is. That's what it is. Anyway, so that's all your Illuminati shit. Okay, those are the Illuminati. You see somebody with a Kappa Alpha Psi, Alpha Phi Alpha, any of those Greek letters on them, that's Illuminati, right there. You don't even have to look for them. You don't even have to look for them. And then, of course, there's the ones at Harvard, like the Barack Obamas, the Michelle Obamas, what's that, Princeton. Those are the sneak fuck niggas, okay? Those are the ops. You want to know who your ops are? Go to Harvard. Go to Yale, go to Princeton. Those are your ops. Those are the ones, the talented kids they take out of black neighborhoods and whose minds they meld all over the way. Yeah, I'm hitting them in their mouth. I'm gonna have a lot of trolls. I'm hitting them in their mouth. And this is boxing. This is boxing. I'm just telling you why fights don't happen. That's why fights don't happen. That's why fights don't happen. And that's why Terrence Crawford is saying he wants 50-50. He wants 50-50. He ain't getting 50-50. So how are the Illuminati connected to the Masonic Temple? They're not. They're separate. Masons are more low level. Masons are people that do things like, by and large, they're police officers, they're tradesmen. Masons, by and large, are tradesmen. They will be plumbers, they'll do HVAC, they'll do electricity, they'll be police, they'll be firemen, they'll do all of those different type of things. That's how I look at Masons. Because Masons are builders, right? It's the building blocks. They're blockbusters, right? They're about the square. Okay? The Illuminati is about the triangle. The triangle is God, the will of God, connected with Mother Nature, who manifests his will and creates man. Or anything other thing that you create. That's the triangle. The square is the four. The square really is just two triangles put on each other. But when you do that, you create the most solid geometric figure that there is. So think of the magic number 7 and think of the Illuminati as 3 and think of the Masons as 4. Think of the Illuminati as the thinkers and think of the Masons as the doers. Okay? In this case, in our case, the Black American case, the Illuminati is the Greeks. The Greek letter fraternities. The Greek fraternities. And then with the gangs are the Masons. The Masons are the Masons, but also the gangs are the Masons too. Their shit is very Masonic. Because their job is to do the work. Yeah. 4 is the number of the builder. 4 is the Mason. 4 is the Mason. 3 is the Illuminati. 7 is the most powerful magic number. When you combine the Illuminati and the Masonry, then you have the idea and you have the manifestation. You have the God, and then you have Mother Nature, and then you create. Because the Illuminati can't create anything. They can't create anything. That's not true. Greek foundations do not come from the Masons. It's the other way around. It's the other way around. The Masons come from the Illuminati. It's not the other way around. They're lower level. They're lower level. Masons are lower level. Much lower level. Just telling you. They're higher than the serfs, right? And they wield great influence. However, just think of it this way. Who has more power? The policeman with the gun or the judge with the robe and the hammer? It's the judge with the hammer, without a doubt. But the judge with the hammer can't snatch you out your house. The judge with the hammer can't snatch you out your house. You know? But your local policeman can. Which is why you have so many of these murders going on with black people in the police department. Because they've been infiltrated by the Mossad. That's what I think. I think most of these police officers that are killing black people are Mossad. I think they're Mossad. I don't think that they're really police officers. I know that they're police officers, but I believe that they're in the police office. They're in that police department, but they're really Mossad. Because you have to, when you're Jewish, you have dual citizenship, number one, dual citizenship. And you have to serve in the military, in the Jewish military, in the Israeli military. So if you have dual citizenship and you have a military duty to Israel, then that tells you they will use their influence for Israel in the police department. In the police department. That's why I like police. That's why I like police. Because I know it's not them. It's the Mossad. They're the ones executing black people that do shit that they don't want them to do. They're the ones that care about a rise of a black messiah. Right? Because black people know they have money. And once black people know they have the money, they don't need those middlemen anymore. And when you don't need the middlemen anymore, they don't have any connection to you. They got to come to me directly. And if they come to me directly, the answer is no. So they play around. They play around with other people's money. And they play around with other people's lives. And we have to sit there and be mad at police officers. Any police officer that comes by, no matter if they're from your neighborhood or not, you're never going to trust them. Because they're going to make sure you don't trust them. They're going to send an op in there, and an op is going to kill somebody. And you're going to have all kind of turmoil in your neighborhoods. And guess who makes the orders? The black people in the church. It's the black people in the church. If somebody has a problem with somebody in that church calls the police. And those police will go find that dude the first time he fucks up. First time you do something illegal, they're going to arrest you. You. They're going to arrest you. Benjamin Netanyahu has the power to arrest and execute you in the United States of America. Benjamin Netanyahu, the guy that runs Israel, has the ability to kill anybody at any time. He thought he did. Anybody in the United States at any time with the police. All you got to do is call. And wherever you are, the police are going to find you and they're going to get you. They're not running criminals at you. They're running police officers at you. Watch The Godfather. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why you always see these rich black people dealing with Jewish people. And no disrespect to the Jewish people. No disrespect to the Jewish people or dislike for the Jewish people at all. But that's why these black people always run to Jewish people to do business with them. And why those Jewish people are always so open to doing business with them. The vast majority of Jewish people's money come out of the black community. Straight out of the black community, bro. They take their money right out of the black community, like a piggy bank. We're their piggy bank. They need money. They take it from black people. How do they get it? They get it with the Illuminati, those Greek fraternity members that have connections in the black community. And they will prop those guys up. Marcus Jackson was a friend of mine, just like that. That happened to him. He got sucked up. He didn't want to wait for his money. He wanted more money than other people. And so he went to some people that said they had more money. And he sold black people out. I can name a bunch of people who do that shit. I think Blue Blood does that shit. I think Blue Blood does that. I think all that, most of that shit he puts out, bro, comes straight from Bob Arum. That's what I think. I think it comes straight from Bob Arum. Whatever it is, he may pick whatever he wants on a given day, but that's Bob Arum. That's why he gets on his channel. Bob Arum ain't getting on nobody's channel if he ain't working with him. That's just logic. That's just logic. Logic. Nothing personal against the guy, but he works for Bob Arum, and I can prove it, and I know it. I don't even have to prove it. It was proven to me because I'm the one you got to prove it to. You ain't got to prove anything else to anybody. You just got to prove it to me. You prove it to me, it's done. Straight up. They proved it to me. Proved it to me. So, phone records, all kind of shit. Phone records, all kind of shit. Everything's taped. Bob Arum's fucking office is taped. All of it's taped. The niggas calling me an op are ops. Just flat out. Anybody you heard calling me an op is an op. Anybody that calls me an op is an op. You want to know who an op is? They called me an op. That's how you know who an op is. Because anybody who knew me would know I'm not an op. What would I op on? Who's going to buy me out? I'm still waiting on that. And I told all y'all, if you think I'm full of shit, come get me. I live in Austin. Told you, you're not coming anywhere near me. You're not going to come anywhere near me. And matter of fact, I sent a bunch of niggas to New York. I told you I would. I said, hey, man, if y'all don't want to come to get me, no worries. I'll come to you. And I came to them. And they didn't like it. Trust me. They're not going to say that shit on YouTube. But trust me. Tell your people the truth. Tell your people the truth. Tell me how many of your people are no longer here. Don't tell them about how I keep popping back up on the screen. Ask them what happened to their people that you sent. They never saw them again, is what happened to them niggas you sent. They never got back to you, homie. They never got back to you. Ever. And the women you sent at me, they work for me. They work for my mama. They work for my mama. How are you going to send a woman at me when she works for my mama? I don't get that. How are you going to send somebody at me that works for my mama? You can't. She's not going to do nothing except for send them at you. This is straight truth on God. This is straight truth on God. All you niggas think you big hoods. You're not. You're little itty bitty niggas. You're little itty bitty niggas that need to sit the fuck down and stay right where you are. And I mean it. Today, you shouldn't walk outside. Today is the day that you sit in your house and you contemplate life. If you step out that door, ain't nothing promised. I'm telling you. If you step out your door, ain't nothing promised. I'll protect you in your house. I'm not protecting you on the streets. Not with Wendy wanting you. Not with Wendy wanting you. Not with Wendy wanting you. Don't go outside today. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm promising you. Do not leave your house for at least 48 hours. If you leave your house within 48 hours, man, I can't make no promises, bro. I can't make no promises. They said if they stay in their house, they're okay. But if they go on that street, we're not following them. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna follow behind you, bro. And wink at niggas to leave you alone. We're not. And they're white people too, just so you know. They're white people. You can be in your mother, you can be buying milk. I'm serious. You could be at 7-Eleven buying milk. At 7-Eleven, bro. Don't buy milk at 7-Eleven, bro. If you buy milk at 7-Eleven, pour that shit out. Seriously, pour it out. Don't eat it. If your favorite meal is a hot dog and you usually go to a place for a hot dog, do not eat that hot dog for at least 48 hours. Don't eat that. Don't eat that hot dog for at least 48 hours, bro. Seriously. Or feed it to your dog first. That's what you should do. Take the hot dog, feed it to your dog. If your dog makes it, you should be, I don't even know if that'll work with your dog. Because your dog can digest some shit you can't digest. So I don't know. I would just stay in your house. Don't go nowhere. Osdale said, we need Fury to step in the ring with Deontay. Then that's what's going to happen. SWAT, please get help, brother. Get off the internet. No. I got help. Coming at you. Please get help, brother. Please get off the internet. No. Not. Sorry. Not going to get off. And I'm not going to mince words with you. Not. Boxing is doing very, very well. And we won't have many more of these discussions. I promise you. We won't have many more of these discussions. I took off boxing. I took off boxing for a week because I knew I couldn't just straight talk boxing. I couldn't because boxing's got too much stuff going on. That's way more interesting. It's why we're not getting fights. I miss the old Fannon. Man, go away, bro. Fannon, read Man Being, Volume 1. Okay, I'll check it out. Another troll taking the topic off of Fury versus Deontay. Oh, okay, well, let's get on Fury and Deontay. Tyson Fury has no choice but to fight Deontay Wilder. He already knows the ruling of that arbitrator. They already know the ruling of the arbitrator. They're just not releasing it because they're hoping they can find a way out of what the arbitrator already ruled. The arbitrator already ruled. Already ruled. They just need time to figure out how they're going to put all this shit together and make it happen. Seriously, because there's legal shit involved. They got to figure out who stole the money. And they were not going to let anything happen until they figured out who stole the money. And when they found out who stole the money, now they're good. They know who stole the money. So now that they know who stole the money, they can proceed. But they couldn't proceed until they got the people that stole the money. You know? Crystal Rose Rogers, Fannon, who do you think won the Ruiz fight? I think Ruiz won that fight. I think Andy Ruiz won the fight for what he did in the later rounds. You know what I mean? But it does tell me something, though, that fight. Anthony Joshua's not that good. Anthony Joshua's just not that good. Because Andy Ruiz is just not that good. It's not that good. Tyson Fury's not that good. They're not that good. They just got big organizations. My man, Ike said, Mr. Martin, you were sure right about everything in this case. All it took was time. So all it takes is a little time. I set up MTK Global. Set their asses up. Woo, set them up, bro. Set them up, man. Set Spencer Fearon's ass up. I'm going to tell you too, Spencer. I set your ass up. Set your ass up. I know you at war with Daniel Kinahan, bro. I know you're at war with Daniel Kinahan. You're not supported by Daniel Kinahan. You're at war with Daniel Kinahan out of Jamaica. You're at war with that man. And you put that man's name out there hoping niggas would go get him. So what I did was, I said, nah, I'm cool with him. I'm cool with Daniel Kinahan. I don't have any problem with what Daniel Kinahan has done. I don't care. If he did what he said, good. I like him. I want to work with him. I know a bunch of guys do dumb shit that I would never do. However, if he's got a lot of money, I'd love to work with him because we need a lot of money for black kids in America. So I went to MTK Global. I went to Spencer Fearon. Who knows I don't like him? I know he don't like me. But when you deal directly with people, they have to speak with you directly. So he spoke with me directly. And he did not keep any promises that he made. So he has me thinking that Daniel Kinahan screwed me. Right? And doesn't want to do business with me. Truth be told, I never wanted to do business with Daniel Kinahan. Never wanted to do business with him. Would have done business with him, but didn't want to. So Spencer Fearon tried to play Mr. Smart Gang guy and tell me he had a direct connect with Daniel Kinahan. He thinks he has me thinking that I'm talking to Daniel Kinahan. Whole time I'm not doing anything but talking to them niggas in Jamaica. I know the niggas that run Jamaica. I'm just talking to you. I'm having fun with you, bro. I got more money than Daniel Kinahan. He can't hire me. How can Daniel Kinahan hire me? He works for them niggas. He can't hire me. What do you mean? There's no way he can hire me. And then I told you immediately, didn't I, Spencer? I said I can make Daniel more money than he can make me. I bet him money. I said I bet Daniel Kinahan that I can make him more money than he can make me. I bet him. He never took the bet to Daniel Kinahan. Never took it to him. Never took it to him. Yeah, all that shit about me going to work for, I'm an MTK Global guy and all that. No, I'm not. I just know MTK Global's sneaky and you get close to sneaky people. That's what I do. If you've ever seen me, nigga, I don't trust you. Trust me. Trust me. I don't trust you. I don't trust nobody. Nobody. So, anyway, I told him yesterday. He said, oh, we'll have it all taken care of by April. At the end of April. This was in the beginning, late February. Oh, don't worry. We'll have everything sorted out. We should know something by the end of April. Oh, really? You got till April to get me, huh? You're gonna get me before April, huh, Spencer? It's May 3rd, and I'm still sitting here. Spencer. It's May 3rd, and I'm still here, bro. Daniel Kinahan probably knows by now, bro, that you tried to screw him. You're not going to have any business with them Irish mob. No chance. No chance. Those Irish mobs you think, mob guys you think are different? No. They're not. Not any different. Doesn't matter which one, bro. Doesn't matter which one. Name anyone you want. Name Patty Barnes, that guy. Doesn't matter, homie. Fannon been saying the fight gonna happen. What are you talking about? I've been saying the fight's gonna happen. Bro, he can't get out of that. How is Tyson Fury gonna get out of that? Tyson Fury's the one that pulled out of the fight. Not Deontay. No, I know, but you got to make examples of people. Pay no mind to Spencer Fannon. He's not on your level. No, I'm going to pay. There's not a lot of people on my level. So I'm going to pay attention to you. In that sense, there are very, 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 very few people that are on my level. So, no. If you mean that in that sense. In that sense, there's very few people on my level. So, who am I going to talk to if I only talk to people on my level? And I do mean that. And I don't mean that arrogantly. If I don't talk to people below my level, who am I going to talk to? I'll be talking to people that are trying to steal my money all the time. Yes, I heard about Felix Verdejo. Absolutely, I heard about Felix Verdejo. Don't believe a word of it. I don't believe a word of that, bro. I do not believe Felix Verdejo had anything to do with that shit at all. I think that shit sounds to me like somebody put a body on Felix Verdejo. No joke. Seems like somebody put a body on him to me. His fiance just pops up dead and he's not saying anything. And then they find the body and they arrest him. No. Sorry, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think they're setting his ass up on some business shit. You know? I want to understand something, bro. What's the first name in my channel? It's called Fannon International Boxing. The first word is Fannon, and that's me. This is boxing, dumbass. Somebody just asked me, did I hear about Felix Verdejo? Yes, I heard about Felix Verdejo. Felix Verdejo is a Puerto Rican fighter who cannot get a fight to save his fucking life out of Top Rank. And all of fucking sudden, he just turns into a fucking cold-blooded murderer. Just turns into a cold-blooded murderer off the pop. No, there you go, bitch, nigga. J. Cole. Woo-wee. My baby Jaslyn. That's my baby Jaslyn. I ain't got no problem with her. That's my J. Cole, leave J. Cole alone. J. Cole is double talking. I like J. Cole. Leave J. Cole alone. I like the Coles. There's some real good Coles out there in Chicago. A lot of really good Coles out there in Chicago. Say, wow, I ain't look at it like that, man. Look at it like that. Definitely. Dude, Gervonta Davis is going through some shit like that. I told you they'll put fucking charges on you. They will put charges on you. No worries. They will, if they don't like you, they will put charges on you. They will do something and set your ass up. Godfather Part 2. Look at the Godfather Part 2. It's laid out there right there. Laid out there. There's a senator that had a problem with Michael Corleone. Michael Corleone knew that senator frequented a brothel and knew exactly because he owned the brothel. So he's like, dude, you're not going to do what I say, but you go to a brothel that my brother owns? Okay. So what do? They faked the girl. They doped him, faked the girl's death, faked it. Faked the girl's death, right? Moved her out of town, changed her fucking name, and she was gone. She was dead. So what does the senator do? The senator then falls in line and does exactly what Michael Corleone tells him to do. Because it's Michael Corleone that got him off. He was like, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. You won't have to worry. We know things happen. As long as you're friends of the family, nothing's going to happen to you. So the senator then does what Michael Corleone says for the rest of the movie. Right? Same thing. People would trump up charges on you in a fucking heartbeat. How many men had never touched a woman and went to jail for beating their wife and never even touched her? Women do that shit. Women will be like, okay, smart ass, you want to talk some shit to me? You talk some shit. I told you, fuck you. You want to loud talk me and not do what I say. So, okay, go outside to your car, go hang with your boys. The police are going to pick you up. Easy. Black women do that to black men all the time. So why would you think that somebody wouldn't do that to a black man like Felix Verdejo? And you can say that he ain't black. I don't care. I got cousins that are black, look blacker than he does. He looks blacker than my cousins look. So seems like a perfect guy to fall into some shit like that. Especially when he says he wants his money. Hey, I heard you're taking my money from me. I want my money. I'm not giving you your money, bitch. You're going to give me my money, bitch. No, I'm not. And next thing you know, this nigga's up on murder charges. Didn't you notice that Teofimo Lopez left Bob Arum? No, I do not believe a word of that shit about Felix Verdejo. Not a word, bro. I think you should just find the girl. If you found her body, then find the motherfucker that really killed her. Because it wasn't Felix Verdejo. He's a boxer that's got a future. Why in the world would he just go kill his girlfriend? That doesn't even make no fucking sense. You know what I mean? No. What happened is you was probably code for his what do you call it? He was going to join a family. He was going to marry somebody, right? So he's getting married. He's getting married to somebody's family. So Felix Verdejo, whoever's family he was going to get married into, lost a daughter. So we can talk about it being Felix Verdejo's fiance, but you could also ask, whose daughter is it? Whose sister is it? Whose aunt is it? Who is she exactly? And is there anybody else that may want her dead for some reason other than Felix Verdejo? He said exactly. How about you see the senator in the background smiling like he was Michael's best friend for the rest of the movie? Exactly. And Michael was polite to him and all that shit. They got along fine after that. It was just Michael Corleone needed to wake him up. Needed to enlighten him into his predicament. You think you're some big time U.S. senator. You're not. You think you're a big time senator and you're not, bro. You are some dude that's at my brothel. And I can get you at my brothel anytime I want to get you at my brothel. Another message is that to that senator was, it didn't have to be that girl. It could be you laid in that bed dead. Just like that horse head they dropped. You remember that shit in the first Godfather movie? When they dropped that horse head in that guy's bed? That message was, bro, this could be your head. It wasn't, oh yeah, we cut the head off of your $100,000 horse, which we did. However, we just want to let you know this could easily be you. Now, question. Do you know how they killed the horse? Would anybody like to gander at how Vito Corleone was able to kill that horse, put it in his bed, and that guy not hear anything? Come on, man. Somebody in there had to notice that one. At least you know who I am, bitch nigga. At least you know who I am. Robert Blackwell Jr. works for me, bitch. How am I going to be jealous of my employee? Robert David Blackwell Jr. works for me. My name is Martin Blackwell. My older brother's name is Robert David Blackwell. He works for me. Not the other way around, friend. I'm not jealous of him going to see the Pope. I sent him there with my son. I'm not jealous of him knowing Barack Obama. I sent him there. What's the big deal? Not jealous of him at all. As long as he does his job, I got no problems with Bobby. As long as he does his job. Bobby doesn't do his job, then I got problems with Bobby. But if you got problems with me, you got problems with Bobby. So, you call him Robert David Jr. I'm sorry. I call him Bobby. Bobby will flip you like a fucking hamburger, bro. Flip you like a hamburger. Get the fuck, and he works for me. At least you know who he is. Only thing you miss is that he is under me. And not only is he under me, he's under me by about 10 positions. It's me, blip, 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 him. My brother wouldn't blink at me wrong. Trust me. Would not blink at me wrong. So keep saying his name. Keep saying his name, bruh. Keep saying his name. Yes, it was an inside job. And the people that did it were the horse groomers and the maids. It was the horse groomers that showed them the horse, You can see the man holding the horse signify to the Corleones. They're having dinner being served by maids. All the maids work for the Corleones. All he did is hire them. The Corleones own the studios. Own the studios. That guy works for the Corleones. And he didn't do the job that they told him to do. We said, give my guy Frank Sinatra the job. That guy is supposed to be Frank Sinatra. I said, Frank Sinatra is going to get those movie roles. Frank Sinatra is going to be a movie star. That's what we're saying to you. You don't like Frank Sinatra because Frank Sinatra has so many women. Right? You're jealous of Frank Sinatra. That's not my problem. Frank Sinatra is my family. It's my cousin. So, bingo. He gets the job, bro. What are you talking about? You don't have any right to hold him back in his own company. In his father's company. Right? So he cut the head off his horse and stuck it in his bed. Why the horse head? Because it's his Masons. The horse has 4 legs. It's a car. It was originally the car. Now what you guys call cars are your squad. Right? Your squad is your car. So what he did was he cut the head off of his car. He cut the head off of his organization. Got it? That was the Jewish mob beefing with the Italian mob over money that the Italian mob owned and that the Jewish mob didn't want to pay out. Get it? That's that scene. Jewish mob didn't want to pay the money. They thought that they were all big and bad and told Vito to go fuck off. Told Vito to fuck off. Yeah, we know he's a big bad guy. We know what he did to the band leader. I ain't no band leader. So he said, you're right, you ain't no band leader, bro. So what if you ain't a band leader? We'll do it to a band leader, we'll do it to you. We own the band. We own your movie theater. We're distributing your movies. You're just standing in the way of our money, Mr. Roth. You don't have any money in that. See, that's the thing that people didn't get. That guy's big house and that car and that horse he had and none of that shit was his. None of it was his. All of it was owned by Vito Corleone. Every single one of everything you saw in that house was owned by Vito Corleone. He owns the banks. He owns the banks that holds the loans. He's paying you money from the movies out of his bank account. So he's paying you the money to pay him for his house. And you say that you don't want to do the business. So he took their car. He took their whole car. Goodbye. We're taking your whole car. And we're going to let you sit there with its head in your bed. And then what did they do? The war continued. In the next movie, they went to Las Vegas. That was Michael Corleone moving on Hyman Roth. Moved on Hyman Roth. Because they allowed them to build a city in the desert. And their attitude is about Vegas, we built this city. And their attitude is, we paid you to build the city. We paid you to build Vegas. What do you mean you built Vegas? We paid you. We bankrolled you. You bought these hotels with bankroll provided by me, Michael Corleone. So he went about getting Hyman Roth. And it wasn't easy for him to get Hyman Roth. What was the linchpin? It was his wife. Hyman Roth's wife. Once he got Hyman Roth's wife because he went into their house and they tried to kill somebody in their house. The wife knew it. And the wife said, I'm done with this shit. Fuck you, Hyman. I'm out. She was the one serving the food, giving everybody food. Hey, would you like some food? Would you like some cake? No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, would you like a little piece for me? Just a smidgen. I don't need to kill everybody. Just Michael. Just a smidgen. I just need that little slice of the cake. I'll eat that little slice of the cake and I'll be good. I don't need a big slice. Because I own the rest of the cake. Right? And what did they pass around? A gold telephone. The telephone system. And he said, we're going to be bigger. What did he say? We'll be bigger than General Motors. And Michael Corleone thought to himself, I already own General Motors. Why are you trying to get bigger than me? You're not supposed to be buying shit, bro. You're supposed to be counting money. That's it. Collect the money, collect the gambling money, and give me the gambling money. You take your cut, and that's it. Other than that, dude, we don't need you. So Michael Corleone went about getting Hyman Roth's car out of his organization. And the whole thing is a war about that. Hyman Roth was the guy that sent the Turk. The original guy that took a shot at Vito Corleone and hit Vito Corleone, that was Hyman Roth. Hyman Roth went through a cousin, an Italian cousin, who lied and said he was Turkish. Do you know how I know that? Because when they were sitting at the table, nobody pays attention to this. Salazzo says to Vito Corleone, he says to the police officer, I'm going to talk to Michael in Italian. Do you mind? And they start having a conversation in Italian. I'm sorry, I thought you were Turkish. If you're Turkish, why are you speaking to me in Sicilian? You're really Sicilian, lying and saying you're a Turk. You're just the same people that tried to kill my father that are now trying to make a move at me. That's the connection to Godfather 1 and the fact that Vito Corleone had to run out of Sicily. He was getting chased. There's no way they were going to kill him. Killed his father, killed his brother, killed his mother, was going to kill him. But he got out. And they found out where he was because he came back to Italy and he took over Sicily. Right? Because he was doing what? Importing oil from Sicily. Importing oil from Sicily. What does that mean? He's bringing in a lot of Sicilians through Ellis Island. He's bringing his family over. Once he got here, he brought his family over. Once his family came over and they took over, then the Italians from Sicily wanted revenge. They partnered with Hyman Roth to get revenge. The Godfather will tell you everything you need to know about how these dudes move. That's how they move. No joke about it. Let's talk boxing. Lewis versus Areola. What's your take on it? Leave the Godfather stuff to Mario Puzo. No, and I'll block you. But I'll answer your question. I didn't think much of it at all. I enjoyed it. I loved the environment for the Mexican boxing fans. Loved it. Loved that they had a pay-per-view with 2 Mexican fighters on it from America. I made sure I supported it and I put my money behind it. That's all the interest I had in it. And I enjoyed it. And I thought it was a really good, tough fight between American fighters. And honestly, man, I think that Chris Areola, you should give Chris Areola more credit than Chris Areola been getting. That is a very, very good fighter, man. Chris Areola is a very good fighter, man. Very fundamentally sound fighter. And if he was younger, he would have beat Andy Ruiz. If he was not 40 how old is he, 40? If he was 33 years old, he would have beat Andy Ruiz. Or could have beaten Andy Ruiz with that jab and that straight right hand. And there ain't no way in the world Andy Ruiz is beating Deontay Wilder. He's going to get knocked out. With that same shot, the same shot that knocked him down against Andy Ruiz, against Chris Arreola, will knock him out against Deontay Wilder. And those combos he throws, they're not going to land. He's too short. They're just not going to land because he likes to follow up with that really quick left hook, blah, blah, blah. And he'll rapid fire that combination. But that rapid fire combination ain't going to find its way home. You know what I mean? It's just not going to find its way home. So I can't see a way of him winning that fight against Deontay Wilder. But I do think that fight is going to happen between him and Deontay Wilder. I just think it's going to happen after the Tyson Fury fight. You know? I just think it's going to happen after the Tyson Fury fight. The thing that I found interesting too, another really good thing I liked about that show was that damn, it left my head that quick. Oh, that Luis Ortiz was there. The Luis Ortiz was ringside and they featured him, which means, dude, that they're gonna probably be building a heavyweight tournament with really good heavyweights, because I would love to see Andy Ruiz versus Luis Ortiz next. He's not going to get the Deontay Wilder fight Luis Ortiz, you know? I wouldn't mind seeing all these guys fight Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz is just so blackballed, it's ridiculous, you know? But that's that UK press, man. They're acting like the UK press act like they invaded the United States and they took over the United States. Really? If you listen to how Eddie Hearn talked about coming over to the United States, they said they're taking over the United States. Right? Taking it over. And there was never a spot, and there's not a spot for Luis Ortiz over there. You already see how they treated him. So there's no spot for the Cuban in the new America that the UK has in their sights. I don't know. Maybe they think that they can take their old colony back or something. You know, they think that they own it. Right? It's New York, ain't it? The New York. So I'm sure that they still have some pent up, shit in them about how they got their asses put the fuck out of their own country. So I suspect that they act like they about to take shit over, And there's no room for the Cuban. There's room in American boxing for Josh Warrington, but there's no room in American boxing for Gary Russell Jr. If that don't tell you everything you need to know about what's going on, bro, I don't know what else you need to see. Really, they pubbed up Anthony Joshua like he was the greatest thing in the world throughout the U.S. Something they would not do for an American fighter. Something they won't. He got a welcome into Anthony Joshua got a welcome into the United States that American fighters never get, ever get. Whole careers, bro. Nothing like that. And they're every bit as good as Anthony Joshua. You see Jared Anderson getting tons of promotion. Man, Jared Anderson's a better fighter than Anthony Joshua. He may be smaller, a little shorter, but he's a way better fighter, bro. Way more tools, way more shit he's working with, bro, than Anthony Joshua. So when I saw Anthony Joshua for the first time, and they were like, oh, this is great, Olympic gold medalist, he's going to be the future of boxing and all of that shit, right? So I look at Anthony Joshua, and I think to myself, damn, he's really big. Man, that guy's big. But that's it. That's it. He's big, and he's good looking to women. My sister thought he was sexy. My sister thought Anthony Joshua was sexy. And I'm like, man, this nigga's coming over to the United States and getting more pub than all the American fighters because people think he's better looking? Shit is ridiculous, man. Abme JSHS. When do you think arbitration will be over for Wilder Fury? I haven't heard any updates at all. I think it's already over. Truth be told, I already think it's over. BCC, Fannon, being a lawyer, did you get a COVID-19 shot? No, I did not. I'm not going to get it to the fourth iteration. My doctor said don't touch that shit until the fourth iteration. In the fourth iteration, I'll get vaccinated. But I'm not going to get vaccinated until there's been four different cycles of that drug put out. Because then they'll catch all the side effects. Because like my man, shout out to Eddie Griffin, one of my favorite communities, one of my favorite comedians, Eddie Griffin, who, by the way, used to sponsor my son's basketball team in Kansas City. So thank you very much for your help, Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin was like, they know how they know the side effects because people are dying from them. Oh, this is a side effect. How do you know? Oh, because there's like 100 people that died from it. There's like 100,000 people that died from it in Milwaukee. You know, that's how we know. We sent a bad batch. We sent a bad batch to Milwaukee. And then 100,000 people died in Milwaukee because we sent a bad batch. You know, guns, germs, and steel. Those are germs. You're shooting germs into yourself. Might be a small germ, but it's a germ nonetheless. I'm waiting to the fourth iteration. Then I'm going to get vaccinated because I don't want to catch COVID. And I want to get out of this COVID shit badly. I want to get out of this this COVID shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like now. However, a whole lot of people got to get vaccinated before I'm okay with it. So, okay with vaccinating myself. So for all you brave soldiers out there wanting to take a chance taking them shots, go get them shots. You better make sure that it ain't got a lot of side effects, bro. Because when my wife got her vaccination, they sat her down and they were like 15, what do they say? They made her sit there for like 30 minutes. They're like, yeah, you took the shot. Now we got to observe you for 30 minutes because if something goes wrong, we may have to rush you to the hospital. Right? Seriously. I was like, baby, what's taking you so, man, she went to go get her COVID shot. I'm like, what's taking you so long, baby? She was like, they said, gave me my shot. And then they said, oh, it's 15 minutes. And they said, I have to sit there for 15 minutes. So they observed me and make sure that I don't have any side effects or anything. And then once she, but she didn't have any side effects for her COVID shot at all. And it's been over a week now. So she's in the good. But my nephew, Julian, he took the COVID shot and I had to give him a day off from work. I gave him like 3 days off from work. I was like, look, man, just take your time. If that shit's making you sick, don't do any work. The work will be there when you get back. The work will be there when you get back. Just relax, let that shit get through your system. And when it's out of your system, you'll be good. When that effect is gone, you'll be good. But he took a Serbian shot though, because he's in Serbia. So I don't even know where they are with their vaccines, because his vaccines are Eastern European vaccines. He doesn't get the same vaccine that we get. So, maybe maybe the Russian, the COVID medicine that the Russians are putting out is a little more lethal. It's a little more lethal. So clearly they wanted whatever dose they gave him, they wanted to make sure that when he was over that, he wouldn't catch anything, So whatever it was they gave him something. Then really fucked him up for a couple days. Add me, Josh, he said, in any vaccine, you can suffer an allergic reaction that would require an adrenaline shot. Thanks. I'm not expert on that shit at all. I'm not expert on that shit at all. But look, man, I'm gonna bounce up out of here. My hour and 30 minutes is up. You guys make sure you guys take care, man. Said Black Steel said, love you. Oh, stay strong. Oh, no worries. No worries. I got my wifey back. True story. True story. I was married before. This is my second marriage. My wife right now is my second wife. I left my first wife, or my first wife left me. Yeah, my first wife left me because of a bunch of dumb shit that I was doing. So she left me. But I had a conversation. My wife actually said, hey, you are suffering about this shit. I think you and she has some repairing you need to do. So I was like, okay. And I text her, and we text each other for maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes of text. And it was like, man, we cleared up everything, man. You can't go back in time. You can't get time back, and I can't change the things that I did to her, that really did cause her a lot of pain, cause her family a lot of pain. I can't get that back, but at least she knows that the pain was not my intention, bro. To get that amount of pain on you and your family. That was not my intention. So we healed, So my first wife, I'm good with my first wife. I'm good with my second wife. And my second wife knows that I'm cool with my first wife. That we can say hello, that we can speak, and my wife ain't got to be worried about me leaving or anything like that. Because I'm, what it is. But I felt that's part of the business that I had to handle, man. That's part of the business that I got to handle. I got to rebond with my former wife, not my former wife, excuse me, my first wife. So anyway, that was a very happy time because I reunited with her. I reunited with my daughter in Chicago, who I hadn't seen in haven't seen my daughter in 9 years, man. Hadn't seen my daughter in 9 years. Now I talk to my daughter she's my goddaughter, but I'm no different than my daughter. I talk to her every day on the phone. And it has brought me more peace than you can believe. More peace than you can believe. Like, it's tough to heal when you don't know what you're hurting from. Really tough to heal when you don't know what you're hurting from. So take my advice. Try to figure out what you're hurting from. Don't let people tell you not to figure out what you're hurting from, just to let it go and keep pushing. No. Figure out what's hurting you and then deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Then deal with it. Don't hide it. Don't run from it. Deal with it. And once you deal with it, it's dealt with. And you can continue to go on and grow in your life. But anyway, much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. I'll be back on tomorrow. And guess what? I'll still be alive. No matter what anybody runs off in their mouth today, I will still be back. When they say they're going to get me and what they're going to do and what I'm this and I'm that, you remember this. They work for me. You remember that. All these niggas that are going to run around, talk, and bump their mouth today. You remember that they all work for me. They probably just don't know it. And that's a really tough place to be in your life, man. When you're taking shots at your boss and you don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I blame that on my organization. I don't blame that on them. I blame that on my organization, who should have provided better clarity to people. Well, you should go heal your mental illness, friend. You should go do something about you. I'm sorry. You should do something about that mental illness, man. Go find a hospital. Go get some therapy. Therapists are really good. My wife is a therapist. There are. My wife is one of the best therapists in the country. Probably one of the best therapists in the world. If you got therapy, call Angie. She knows somebody that'll get you right. Without a doubt. Anyway, with that, I'm out. Peace. 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 Peace.